Okay, welcome, Michael here at Wickerson Studios. I've left the params function editor and decided to best just get in here and write my own and use the chain function, which is fine, and then evaluating the function, create a point, and then put it through a curve, and then I'm just going to a mesh pipe and into a mesh from surfaces. I'm sure there's a easier way in the end to do that, but anyway, it's a lot of finesse, a lot of number sliders to grab and change. You can see this really trying to update as a subdivision, which is pretty cool. And it's actually pretty fast live, which is nice, and you can get some nice geometries. You can see the curve trying to catch up to itself. Pretty nice, just playing XYZ, playing with a sine curve and parabola, but you can change that drastically in the maths nodes. You can just jump in here and grab whatever you feel like doing, maybe a block wave from arguments. Then you just have to input different arguments for that. I think this might default to wave X, but let's just have a little fun with radius and height down here. Width, I'll give it a value, and X and Y, we'll just kind of throw in 1 and 2.74. See what that gives us and throw that into the function, see what we ended up doing, and you can see that real rippling effect. Now, of course, it's smaller numbers, so I might actually want to take that up in the Z a little more and see what happens, but still kind of subtle, not as interesting. Anyway, just throw it back into what it is. And if you want to see things move faster, you can just right click on here and take the enable off, and then just jump in and grab yourself a nice color or something on here. I guess blue, I'd end up seeing it pretty good. And take that visibility. Oh, that should actually be coming up blue. Yeah, there we go. So now it's a fast script, and you can get in there and control your own functions by sliders. As opposed, and actually gets really nice things that actually happen. You could put a limit function in here as well, which is kind of nice. So through the function, as it's being processed, I guess you can limit it before or after that function. I've been using that one a bit too under the special function, evaluate function. Guess it's over here, function. Limit function if you wanted to set it in a range. And you can put that in here. Or I guess you could put it in after here. I'll just have to check it out. So if I had that one here and pop that in, we'll see what the default's to. No, that is not. That's failing to collect data, so I'll probably have to put this one in before I evaluate the function, which totally makes sense. And I'm just a fool sometimes, so put it in there, see what the default is, 0 to 1. And it doesn't have to be that, but there you go. Just pulled it back on this side and kind of did some fun. I think I may take it to -1. Let's take it to -2. Let's see what that one does, and then take it over to a 2 function. So I'm picking up speed on the number sliders playing with it, but that's about it. So you've got a way to limit that if you wanted to and have a nice effect. It's kind of a nice little bullhorn thing that's happening there. Kind of wonky. Not sure what I'll end up doing with that geometry. But it's nice to control it and get into understanding your geometries and what's actually happening and multiplying your functions together. So you can jump in your old calculus text and really start to drive some amazing things. And I like the volume of this as we go. And if I can produce some nice curves, I should be able, and I don't know if perspective is what I want. I have to wonder when I drop that. Yeah, it was just dropping below the plane. So a technique I like to do, I think, is to go into vector and produce a plane. Yeah, what was I doing? Excuse me. I can't remember what I was doing before. I don't think I'll get anything. Oh, it's a plane from boxes or plane from rectangle. Plane normal. No, that's not what I want. Um, I might actually been just thinking about what I want. Playing from equations kind of nice. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Well, your parameters. I'm interested to see what I get out of that when I bring it in. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Is I actually want to go in and build a surface from primitive surface from rectangle. And then I want to make a rectangle. Rectangle from corners, rectangle from 3 points. I guess I could do that. And then what's nice is you can just kind of double click on here and then it kicks into Rhino what you want to do. And I guess I'll just do it from center and do a rectangle. Let's say 10 by 10 and center 0. Oh, let's do 20 by 20. There we go. And then that'll be my rectangle. Oh, there we go. And then that'll give me the plane. So if I drop below it. Sorry, I was just kind of losing my mind there for a little bit. So I bring that down below. You see how it's kind of dipping off the bottom. So if then I chose to make it into something here, enable, keep it hidden, then I can kind of have my little weird piece of architecture that kind of floats down below or does whatever. Yeah, jumps into the bottom. Just kind of tube structure. Not really thinking too much about it. Yeah, pretty simple. X, Y, Z. What was I controlling Z with? Over here and over here. So you can bring it down on the Z. That'll probably dip it in a bit. There you go. Anyway, not too fancy, just having fun. But like I said, just it doesn't bug out as much as when I was in the params using this tool and starting to make multiple functions. And then things aren't remembered too well with this. It's the same with the graph mapper problem before. I really thought it was cool. You can snap things to one another. There seems to be some really good uses of this. But I think I'm going to stay with this function node. Anyhow, 7 minutes. If you don't find it wasting your time, trying to make a script today.